What up, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. I am Sunny with Healing Power Divine Universe, and I am back with another channeled message. I am a messenger for the higher power, and my God is here today with another important message to help heal the sicknesses in this world. Before I get started, I just want to shout out to my daughter, Jazz Marie Sparks, and tell her I love her very much. I also want to share the last note that she wrote to me. I haven't seen her in almost 2 years. This is my second Christmas without her, so please report her missing to the CIA, please. Her date of birth is 9/23/2004. Her name is Jazz, Jazz, Marie Sparks, Sparks. She wrote to me, "Mom, I want you to know that I love you. Hope you have an amazing day. Love, Jazzy." So I keep this really close to my heart. So, okay, let's get started here. I'm going to start by showing you the tarot and oracle cards I pulled, and then I'm going to move on to this channeled message. We have Nine of Pentacles, Gratitude, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The burden, carrying that heavy weight of that man and that rooster on this man's back up a steep hill. We have the Hermit, sign of Virgo. Doesn't have to be. Somebody's in hermit mode, healing from childhood traumas, healing from anything that's gone on in their life, going within to find the answers, connecting to the higher power. Thank you, God, for always connecting to me. I love you the most. We have passion. Somebody's passionate about sharing information. And it could be about elderly people, about maybe their parents, or about people that are older than this woman. You are fucking stupid the most. Now watch me gloat. You all thought you'd get away with this shit too. I am never to stop this too. And by the way, I am not gullible to you all too, so stop trying to spell a real Hopkins witch. Homeland Foundation. We have 10 of Moss, 10 of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is that burden card again, carrying all those wands on somebody's back that people have created, or life in general have created for somebody to have to carry around with them. Seduction. Hear the roaring flames with the masterful trance that calls upon heaving chest. Give in to its alluring grip, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. We have the Eight of Pentacles, Achievement, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have exhaustion. Somebody is exhausted from this situation. It could be, not just one person, but it could be numerous people are just very exhausted from what's been going on. Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have impasse. Too fucked up to work. Stop substance abuse now before it stops you, please. And thank you, by the way. Stop turning to substances and admit you fucked up so bad you are not fucked up, LOL. We have tarot cards, guidance. This is probably, obviously representing me using my tarot cards to guide people in the correct direction. We have Judgment. This is a beautiful card. Potions and spells. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. People using black magic or spells or even poison or menstrual cycle blood or anything like that in people's food and drinks to get what they want or get the people they want. What people don't realize is that I am here. Obviously, I'm a healer. These spells are not working anymore, and it's time for them to all be reflected and sent back. Even if they were affecting anyone before, they're not now. But what happens is God will allow that to go on until obviously a healer or a Hopkins witch or the divine feminine or a high priestess or empress or just a complete badass comes into a place to heal all of that. When we put anything out that takes the free will away from another person, those spells will be eventually reflected off of those people and will be sent back to the person doing it, or paying for it, I should say, to even the witch doctors, and then those people's family members. So we have the Queen of Ocean, abundance, sign of Cancer. We have postponement, so something's been postponed. It's time for that to stop. We have the Five of Swords, again, somebody feeling like they had victory over 5 people maybe. This could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Confusion, so look at the smokes being cleared about what confusion was being put out to confuse people of what was really going on in a situation or with a person or people. A woman is a narc now too, as she is a heroin addict that was afraid to tell the truth. Laugh my fucking ass off. Isn't that how it always works? We have staff stability. Queen of Swords, Queen of Bees, sign of Libra to me. And then we have altar, a sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ashes, the waters you keep. So this is another thing that people need to understand. I am a Hopkins witch. I'm the only Hopkins witch alive. I don't have an altar. We don't need to have altars. This is just shit that people have learned from, generations after generations, just like fucking religious traditions. Witches do not sit and pray by an altar. They don't have they just, people need to wake up to the reality of even real witches and how we perform. We are so powerful when you are a real witch, and especially if you are of the light, not of the dark. People have perceived me or tried to make me out to be some horrible devil worshiper, that I draw my energy and I get my psychic abilities and all my power from the devil. Well, people, we all do, because God and the devil are the same spirit. That's time for people to recognize in their fucking coma realities about, all the traditions that we've been taught for generations after generations, and all the fake fucking ministers and all the chosen ones and all this bullshit that have brainwashed people. Need to realize that God and the devil are the same spirit. So when you worship the devil, you're telling God that you are selling your soul to that devil. They're not separate. Spiritual warfare is that devil and God as one, but God allows people that choose the devil over him to then live a life of that darkness. Now, the people that are not choosing religion, because God does not condone people going into buildings to worship him. We can worship him while we're taking a shit, and that's no offense. God laughs, because it's true. We should always have God, our angels, guides, ancestors in our hearts all the time. We should always be turning to them for guidance, not anything in the dark. Now, does God expect us to all be perfect? Fucking absolutely not. I've done drugs. I'm not going to say I'll never do them again. Who knows? I mean, tomorrow's another day. But, if we allow them to take over our life and to bind us to that darkness and the devil, then that's when we have a serious problem. I will say one thing, though. When it comes to drugs, heroin is the devil. That is what the devil uses to collect fucking souls. And I know I was accused of selling heroin and doing heroin. I've never done heroin on my own. I know that my step monster, P.D. Chokus, used to give us heroin when we were kids to put us to sleep, so then they could fucking do whatever they were doing to us while we were sleeping. So I have never used heroin. I never would. I look at that drug completely as the devil. I know people said meth is the devil. Well, anything and everything that we do too much of binds us to the devil. So always remember that. It could be food that we eat. It could be, lying. It could be spreading rumors, gossiping. It could be gambling. It could be sex, if we're having even sex, with ourselves. That I don't believe in sins whatsoever. I think that shit's fucking bullshit too. I don't sit and ask God to forgive me for my sins, because God knows that we're not all perfect. But God puts anything and everything in our life to teach us lessons, and that's where people are really fucking up. and also when people are selfish and greedy and they steal Native Americans' rights, because Native Americans are the most spiritual beings. No matter what people say, we are so connected to God himself, and then obviously to our badass ancestors and so on, that people that have really sold Native Americans for human trafficking, have stole our rights, our mineral rights, act like we are horrible people by drinking. It is a proven fact that Native Americans do not react any differently to alcohol. It is what the bartenders and shit are putting into that alcohol to make those people freak out, and so on. So, people need to really start to open their eyes to the fucking reality of what has been going on. My mother was a full Shoshone Indian that was sold as a child and then was sold throughout her entire life to men that used her as slaves, and then obviously used me too. They sold us for sex and then told everybody we were whores, that we were alcoholics, that we were drug addicts, and so on, and we're schizophrenic people. And it has really gotten way out of hand. And of course, if people turn away from the devil towards God and they ask God and the higher power for help, that's when God will step in. But if you continue to do these things and continue to turn towards the devil is going to eventually come collect your soul. And right now, my Hopkins witches and my power are really not happy, obviously, because obviously my Hopkins ancestors were really abused too. People would abuse them for their energy. They would have sex with us to steal our energy, all because we are powerful and our energy makes people feel good, especially mine, because I am a Native American medicine woman also, and I am a healer. So on top of all the things that God has made me into, and then all of my journeys and just the unconditional love I have for myself, and of course for the higher power, people love my energy, but then they hate me tremendously too, because I put out such good energy compared to what they put out. So anyways, let's move on. I am not to ever cry when it comes to my real daughter and the real non-lover too, as I am never to fucking believe the two most important people are really so involved and sleep together too, as that would be so fucking cruel. But then what is my intuition telling me this time? Well, no one seems to care about me at all, as they are never to talk to me again. Now, I will not fully believe these two loves of my life could hurt me too, but then again, my real daughter attacked me too. Now, I am not able to smile again, as that heart in that last video picture doesn't come close to how this harsh truth makes me feel today. Now, I was in a great mood yesterday, as that was the energy I felt all around, while people got to see their children open their gifts, but my real daughter wasn't here again, so why was I not sad until today? Well, I try to see the truth, but my visions won't let me at this time, as God is here trying to teach me another horrible lesson again, as I am never to believe that kid loves me to, according to my views, laugh my fucking ass off. Well, I am not gullible, as I've never have been my entire life. But I am fucking human, and my heart is so empty, too, without my family in it, too. But then again, they all celebrated Christmas with their children, you see, and I've been alone the last two and want to start killing people seriously. As who the fuck is in charge of telling me I don't belong, and I am a mother who raised a good child by myself and had her not legally taken away, but she is not here to say Merry Christmas, Mom. Then I am so in love, you see, with a man that can't stand I am here. So again, sorry, shit fell on, hold on. Okay, well that was a huge sign. When anything like that happens, you need to pay attention to those signs, because that wind wasn't blowing until I started to read this channel message, and my heart started to just shatter again, and that is the anger that's coming from the higher power. So that crash is somebody's life is going to just crash and burn and fall apart. Not mine. That's what they did to me for 45 years. Okay, let's continue this. So I forgot where I was, so we'll start again. Not start again, but as who the fuck is in charge of telling me I don't belong and I am a mother who raised a good child by myself and had her not legally taken away, but she is not here to say Merry Christmas, Mom. Then I am so in love, you see, with a man that can't stand I am here, so again, what the fuck is wrong with me again? Well, I suppose this will tell a tale I won't learn from again, or at least that is what that cunt Judge Fake Snyder wants me to believe again. That woman is so high, but what she isn't aware of is me coming back to fucking Hill, these sick, fucked up people. As they slowly are becoming narcs is what God is showing me in my real psychic visions, by the way. As Melissa Heroin is now so schizophrenic, she swears I break into that non-locked house daily. Well, bring it the fuck on, as that devil said, if anyone ever tries to arrest me again and leaves my dog with another cult member who abused the fuck out of them by forgetting to let them in and leaving them without food and water while he went to that horrible Frank's butcher shop that abuses those cattle so bad they need to fucking be killed too. And by the way, that Zach, which is Yvonne's daughter in Lander, Wyoming, or daughter, well, it could be her daughter, because I said that, but son, is now not there as he is too fucked up to work too, along with that monster Mike, fucking not king. Now, I am finished being loving unconditionally as fuck these piece of shit cult members who are now all dying from my Hopkins real witch ancestors. And they are starting to see how the fuck I have felt for fucking 45 years of my life too. And this won't stop until they either jump on this freight train of truth or they fucking heroin it up to the point they can't move or not wake up. Thank you, Sonny, period. Peace and blessings.